There's something in the act of making a garden that confirms the better angels of our nature. We plant gardens to create beauty, sanctuary, and stability. But they require a lot of work. Around Maryland, many communities have discovered the joy of doing it themselves. This is Brookside Gardens, 80 acres of tranquil beauty in Montgomery County.
Brookside Gardens opened to the public in 1969. We're free, we're open every day from sunrise to sunset, 365 days a year.
Director Stephanie Oberle believes Brookside exists because taxpayers consider it a sound investment.
Sometimes people might think of a garden as being something like a frill, like it's nice to have, but we feel like Brookside Garden is really critical to our community.
It's also a green statement.
The planners in this area in the 1950s knew that they needed to preserve open space in Wheaton.
It was an inspired response to suburban sprawl. The benefits soon became apparent.
Brookside Gardens was conceived as a place where homeowners in the area could come, visit a garden that was built to the scale of a homeowner, and learn about plants that would be suitable for them to use in their own gardens at home.
Master gardeners are available on weekends for consultation.
It's a very nice ground cover, although it grows about a foot tall, typically in part sun, part shade areas.
There's a reason people come here and then come back, because they make personal connections. That's a really wonderful opportunity to be that kind of place. Being a place of refuge, someplace they can come to relax.
The gardens have acquired a national reputation.
This is a great community resource. It's just a delight to come. We're from Arizona and we don't see things like this very often. All these flowers, and I think I have died and gone to heaven.
Oh, I love coming to Brookside Gardens. I can't believe that this is a resource that we all get to enjoy for free. I feel so rich. I see people of all ages here whenever we come, young and old, and there's kind of a common meeting place and a common friendliness that everybody has when they're here. It's just a real contribution to the community.
Volunteers like Ira Platt are essential.
A lot of people who live in apartments now that don't have a garden, they love to come here and volunteer. Some of them are just digging up weeds. Others are planting when they change the tulips. When the tulips died, they pull them all out and replant stuff.
The volunteers are the lifeblood of Brookside Gardens. In truth, no community garden can exist without them. In the beautiful Guilford section of Baltimore, volunteers have accepted the responsibility of managing one of the most celebrated tulip gardens in the world. Oil executive George Sherwood had a passion for tulips. In 1932, he decided to open his property to the public. He expanded into an adjacent village green laid out by the Olmsted Brothers landscaping firm, and Sherwood Gardens was born. The city provides only a small amount of funding, so Sherwood Gardens must rely on its neighbors to survive. It's an important public resource, vital to urban life. Ryan Patterson works for the nonprofit organization Parks for People.
Green spaces and gardens can have a huge impact on any community. The Olmsted Brothers put that proximity to green spaces into their plans for Baltimore. They wanted everyone to be within 15 minutes walking distance to a park or green space.
Volunteer Bruce Barnett oversees the garden's management.
Sherwood Gardens is owned by the Guilford Association, but it is open to the public. Anyone is welcome here to come anytime they'd like to come. It serves as a center place for the community, place for people to go, meet each other, chat, have a good time.
Over a century ago, Frederick Olmsted insisted that if you build urban parks and gardens, city dwellers would support them enthusiastically.
What you're seeing this weekend is volunteer work. Of course, we have the tulips get dug out here this morning, and then after that, whoever has adopted it has a design of what flowers are to go in. They're supposed to get them planted, and then they're supposed to care for them over the summer.
Elka Franke has been a volunteer for 17 years.
Without us around participating and helping, it wouldn't be what it is.
She knows how much work is involved. But as long as there have been gardens, people have understood why we love them.
I think we should have more of these parks, and you know, beauty makes you a different person.
A garden's beauty can change the entire personality of a neighborhood. These are the community gardens of Sandtown Winchester in West Baltimore. Master gardener Justine Bonner helped them get it started back in 1999.
There are many benefits of a community garden. It's a peaceful place. It brings people close to nature. It's like an oasis.
Today, Justine has arranged for volunteers from a local business, Weston Solutions, to lend a hand. And as the saying goes, many hands make light work.
When the volunteers came, I think we did almost 3 weeks' worth of work in a little less than 3 hours. A community garden needs all kinds of skills. It takes a whole community to make a garden.
She relies heavily on Nate Moses, one of life's natural gardeners.
The best word to describe him, I think, is creative.
From March to November, the garden is Nate's passion.
I can't take the credit because, you know, gotta come from Mother Nature, you know.
By late summer, with Mother Nature's blessing, the garden is in full bloom. Hannah Trent has gotten her hands dirty on many a day.
You can work until 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening and still won't have all of it done. Working in this garden, it made me feel wonderful. It eased my mind. Just so beautiful, you know. It's like you're in heaven. That's the way I feel about it.